yeah. Highly. Welcome to the Chill Shop. As you realize, this is not talk shop. This is the Chill Shop where we take it easy. And this program is all about explaining and sharing and exchanging, of course, because many of you have experienced what I talk about. What do I talk about, folks? The power of the mind. I told you last week about this interesting slogan that they had in the US by the United Negro College Fund, and they said, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Think about it, though. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. So we're going to be talking more and more about the mind. We started last week. I will share some few comments I got, but we're going to take a short commercial break. Today is more like a part 2 of what we started last week, still on the mind and unleashing the power of the mind. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Angela Metal, a massage therapist at Cactus Creek. My job is simply to pamper you with the 3 R's. To relax you, to revitalize you, and to rejuvenate you. Come and let me pamper you.
055 039 5007.
Thank you. Well, part 2 continues what we're talking about from last week. And before I continue, let me talk about a few of the comments that I got. I didn't get that many, but there were some outstanding comments that I want to share. I got a comment from one Jemima who said, oh, everything you're saying about the power of the mind is very true. She said she had to practically walk out of her marriage when their child was only 7 weeks. She had been in this marriage for 8 years, and now she's just attesting to the fact that because of the power of the mind and what she decided to do for herself, that inner power we are talking about, because of that, she says the child is doing very, very well, and everything is fine. I was very, very glad to hear from her. Someone else also sent a comment. Basically said that, well, he agrees where I'm coming from, and he added that most of childhood in Ghana, when you're growing up, some of these things are not made known to you. You see, here's the thing. It starts from the home. Traditionally, and I hope things are changing. I'm not hoping that things are changing. I know things are changing because the new parent is beginning to understand that the dynamics for upbringing your child are changing, and they are doing things a little bit differently. Not that much, but a little bit differently. From the time when we were growing up, children are supposed to be seen, not heard. So if you have an opinion, keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear it. Kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. So growing up in most of our societies is that when a child starts asking questions, when a child starts probing, when a child asks questions that we cannot answer, what do we say? Hey, miano. Or shut up. We are bofra. Bofra na bisa sensem. Basically, to it means you're too young to be asking these questions. So keep quiet. So I think that's what the writer who commented was saying, that most of us have grown up in a tradition that suppresses if you will, the ability for children to think and ask questions, because it is seen upon as something that is not too good. In Cree, they say, what's the word we use in Ghana? We are too know. It means you think you know too much, and they silence you. And that's very, very sad. So for all the parents that are listening, please allow your children that freedom to exhibit what they are thinking. Don't clamp them down, even if it sounds foolish. Even if it sounds foolish, it's just a kid. They have the right to sound foolish. So don't clamp them down and say, oh, what are you asking this foolish question for? No. Just say, hey, why did you ask that? And explain things. Anyway, this show is not about parenting, it's about the mind. It's about the power of the mind, and it's about how, if you can feed your mind with the positive things, you end up producing only positive things. I told you last week, folks, that if you have a mindset that is negative, and when I say a negative mindset, I'm talking about you don't see the value of good in anything. It's all negative. It starts from you, the person. You think that you are worthless. Me, what kind of world am I in? Everything is going wrong in my life. If that becomes your mindset, my dear friends, and the sad part of it is when you accept that as your mindset, that feeds into your mind, and that stays in your mind, and then your mind only reflects negative energy. I'm telling you. And I told you last week, and I'm just emphasizing, that when you have a mindset like that, you'll be surprised that the events, the friends, the situations that you attract into your life are all negative. This mind is amazing. Oh? It has magnetic powers. And you know the deal about magnetic powers. Anything that's magnetic has the power to repel or attract. Think about that very carefully. I'm sure you studied all of this in your physics when you went to school. And if you didn't, let me tell you this. The mind is an amazing thing. It almost works as a magnet. And I'm saying that what the magnet does, the magnet has two major powers. It can repel things from you. A pamnema, repel things from you. Or it can attract things to you. This mind, though, if it's well trained and depending on what you feed it, it can either attract positive things to you and repel the negative things. Anything it attracts to you is positive, and anything it repels, they are negative by itself. On the same token, if you're not careful, it can repel all the positive things from you and attract instead the negative forces to you. How does this happen? Is how you apply your own mindset. According to every intelligent book that has been written, what amount of energy you give out is exactly the same that you receive. So trust me, if it's negative energy, you're going to receive a negative feedback. If it's positive energy, you're going to receive a positive feedback. And that's life. Let me tell you why this is so important to know. Because, my dear friends, and some of you can testify with me, life can be rough. Life can be tough. There's a saying, and I don't know how many people are familiar with that law. It's funny. It's called Murphy's Law. If you have not ever experienced or heard about Murphy's Law, I think most of you have. But if you haven't, there's something called Murphy's Law. And let me explain to you what Murphy's Law is. Murphy's Law says nothing is as easy as it looks. Think about that too. That's Murphy's Law. Nothing is as easy as it looks. No, Murphy's Law says, hold on. It may look easy, but maybe isn't. Maybe it isn't. So Murphy's Law says, nothing is as easy as it looks. And the next part of Murphy's Law, the next step in Murphy's Law, it says, everything takes much longer than you expect. So two things, so listen to this now. Nothing is as easy as it looks. Number two, everything takes much longer than you expect. And the third thing is, if things should go wrong, they will, and at the worst possible time. I like Murphy's Law. You know, this is just a law that lets you understand that life is not like it's not like black or white. You know, like the mix of black and white, and there are so many gray areas. But listen to this again. Nothing is as easy as it looks. Everything takes much longer than you expect. And the last part is, if anything should go wrong, it will. When? At the worst possible time. Charlie, here you are, all things are not going well. You should have been at this meeting at 3 o'clock. It's a very, very important meeting. It's going to discuss your salary and whatever you want, and you are eager to get to that meeting. That is the time that your car breaks down. That is the time that something happens that is blocking. That's what Murphy's Law means, that anything can take much longer than you expect. And it says, if anything will go wrong, say go wrong na, it will. When? It will go wrong at the worst possible time. So you find yourself, but why? What is happening? At this time? I'm supposed to get here at this time. I was supposed to do this at this time. This is the schedule that I was supposed to be at this time. This is the time that my car is going to break down. And now to church home now, call interview, being an open term in riding in the public transportation. You're in a very big hurry to get where you're going, to get to where you're going, because they're going for an interview. Something very, very urgent at that time. Now the trotro breaks down, and you start thinking, oh my God, why? And I'm saying this for a reason, you know, because once again, Murphy's Law, to repeat it, it says, nothing is as easy as it looks. Everything takes much longer than you expect. And I left the last part too. I love it. If anything should go wrong, it will, and at the worst possible time. So, my dear friends, imagine that you're going through life and you're going through Murphy's Law. So the easiest thing to do is say, oh, now I am tired. I've done all that I can. If I haven't achieved what I want, it is not because I haven't put in the effort. Oh yes, I have put in the effort. Oh yes, I've done everything that it takes to accomplish them. I have. I put in the effort. But my God, why did the car that I'm going to for this interview break down at this time? It can be so disappointing. But let me tell you, my dear friends listening, that is life. Life can be so disappointing. Life can throw you things when you least expect. Everything is going so well. Number one, okay, when you do this, you got this effect, you are very happy. You moved on to the number two, you are very happy. Logically, you're supposed to go to number three and continue being happy, and then something, bang, happens. And then you say to yourself, oh my God, what happened? Not only what happened, though, but why? And let me tell you, folks, the worst decision at that time in your life to make is to ask, why me? Oh, that is the worst possible decision you can make at that time. Why me? Do you know why it's the worst decision? Because for what it's worth, whether to lift you up or bring you down, but for what it's worth, you are not alone. So please, don't say, why me? If you say, why me, it is premised on the understanding, say, you are the only one. Oh Lord, why me? Why me? I want to tell you today, my dear ones that are listening, you are not the only one that has been thrown such a bad hand by life. So this goes on to what I was saying last week. Listen to this very carefully. I said last week that it is not the negative things that will come to you, because negative things will happen. But it is not the negative things that will come to you. The important thing, my dear ones out there, is how do you react to the negative things? How do you react to the negative things? So, in a sense, what I'm saying is that no point crying by, oh, why me? No, please. There's no point crying now. Now, means, why me? Others are doing it well, others are progressing, everything is good for others. But why me? That's the mentality. When it comes to others, everything is fine. Others are enjoying. Others have done this. Others have done that. But why me? Technically speaking, is that for you alone, things are not going well. And I'm telling you, my dear friends, that is so wrong. Folks, that is so wrong. Listen, you have no idea how many people are going through the same painful experiences. And but the danger, when you get to the point where you say, why me? Then it means you have started personalizing that problem. Pacho, listen to what I'm saying, yo. This problem affects many other people. But the danger in you accepting it as yours and personalizing it and asking, why me? You have accepted it as a personal problem. And the way this mind works, trust me, the way this mind works, and this is what I'm talking about, the way this mind works is that once you accept that mean only me. I have to go through this. Once you accept that, and woe betide me, you convince the brain to accept that it is only you. You are done. Why? Because from that point onwards, that's all you're going to be attracting in your life. I told you in the beginning that this brain has the power to attract, and it has the power to repel. But whether it's attracting to you or whether it's repelling from you, it's your mindset. It's your mindset. So the danger about getting to that position where you say, why me? Is that you have allowed your mindset to accept that it is only you. And that is where the brain kicks in. You've allowed it to accept that it is only you. The brain has accepted. That's the sad part, though. The brain there, whatever you feed it, it accepts it. Those of you who know computers, I know you know this law. They say in computers, if you are programming a computer, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in the computer, it will churn it out to you. If you put in intelligence, it will churn out intelligence. If you put in garbage, it will turn out garbage. If you put in your mind and accept in your mind that it is only you, and the mind is comfortable with that, say, Charlie, this person that I'm with today is only this person, you're in danger. Why? Because your mind will start attracting situations and people to you that believe in that mindset, say, whatever you do doesn't work. It's only you. It's not an accident, though. Check this out. That people feel that something is not good, it's not happening, and they complain that, why me? Everything! Not one thing, not two things, not three things. They say, everything I touch doesn't work. You know why? The mind has accepted your point of view, that it is only you. You are the only failure. So trust me, it is now going to attract situations, people, events into your life that will just manifest that thought that you have. It will. Charlie, the laws of nature are so powerful. Please. And it's very, very important for me to mention at this point that somebody wrote to me and said, yeah, that's the mind and everything, but when you trust in Jesus, everything changes and all of that. The reason I'm keeping religion out of this, there's a purpose. And the purpose is that any living organism that understands the laws of nature, that believes the laws of nature, will benefit from the mind experience. It is not a religious issue. It's not that because I'm a Christian, things are different. Because I was a Muslim, things are different. Because I'm a Hindu, things are different. No. No matter what your religion is, and I'm sure I didn't say all there are so many religions in this world. But I'm telling you, my dear ones, no matter what your religion is, the fact is this: until you come to accept the laws of this universe and the laws of nature and decide that you're going to navigate your life in a world that has a nature and certain laws, and how you can personally navigate through it, you'll be wasting your time. And I don't say this to condemn any religion. The religion is there if it has to be a backup for you. Fine. If you get into a tight bind, and at that point you think your belief in Jesus can help you navigate yourself in that tight bind, great. Use Jesus. If you're in a bind and at that time you think it's Allah, the magnificent and merciful, that will then help you navigate, use Allah. If you're Hindu, I don't know what Hindu is. If you're Baha'i, I don't know. But I'm saying this, that there are certain basic life skills here, regardless of your religion. The important thing is that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens to you. And that's the most important thing. Your reaction can be motivated because you're a Christian, or motivated because you're a Muslim or Hindu or whatever. Me, I don't care about the religion aspect. What I care about is that you're able to look adversity in the face. You're able to look all this wrongness in the face and say, I will remain firm and I will overcome. Anyhow, that's the important thing. Folks, in the next session, you'll be surprised, because what I'm going to do in the next episode, I'm going to tell you one by one: Christianity, Hindu, Baha'i, Muslim, African religion, what have you, what they all have to say about what I'm talking about. All these different religions, all these different spiritualities, what they all have to say about what I'm talking about. Next week, not next week, the next time I'm on air, very, very soon. And you know what will surprise you? You'll be amazed how similar they all are. You'll be amazed how identical they all are. That's why my premise is life skills. Things that you need to know in life to not only survive, but to excel in life. That's what I call life skills. That's why my focus is on that, and not particularly any religion. Because sitting here, I can tell you that any religion talks about the survival with life skills. So that I can comfortably say that I don't care what your religion is. If you're a Christian, big up to you. Many problem. We're a Muslim, many problem. We're Hindu, many problem. We're Baha'i, many problem. Whatever you are, we're African religion person, any problem. The important thing is this: there are certain life skills, and if your religion is not teaching you to understand those life skills, then you're in trouble. But let me save that for the next edition. But for this edition, let me thank all of you who tuned in the last time, and all of you who sent some beautiful remarks. Josephine, keep it up. I'm glad to know that you were able to walk out of a marriage when your child was only 7 weeks, and yet you are living now to testify, say, you have made it. You know, for all those who are worried about childhood experiences and the kinds of upbringing you get, I'm telling you today, change that mindset. And to the great, I got a response from, I think it's Country Motivation. Yeah, Country Motivation. I don't know you yet, whoever you are, but I had to go and check your website. So all of you on YouTube, go and check Country Motivation. All that he does is to give you the word that will inspire you. How to deal with this life. And trust me, this life can be miserable sometimes. Life can just be a complete mess up. This life, there are no guarantees in this life. Oh. You can plan everything, but there are no guarantees. But there's always a buffer, and it's all in your mindset. So I just want to thank you all for joining me today, and we'll be back again next time with what we call the Chill Shop. I have another program called Talk Shop that is very, 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 that is punchy and very political, so it is punchy. But then I have a Chill Shop, and Chill Shop, my dear friends, is all about critical thinking, how you use the brain. Trust me, there are going to be so much information coming up that will blow your mind. There's so much more coming. So until then, let me sign off today. Thank you all for joining me for the second edition of Chill Shop. And I'm telling you, it gets better and better and better. Stay tuned for the third part of Chill Shop, and you'll understand. Until then, my dear friends, let me end in my most famous quote, my dear friends. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't waste yours.